Hello everybody, this is Ray and this is the first episode of the Home Sweet Arkansas show. On this episode, we're going to visit with Nathaniel Izard of Izard Chocolate.
Hey Ray.
Nathaniel.
How's it going?
Good man, how are you doing?
Doing good.
So I know you guys are a local chocolate company. Tell me a little bit more about who you are.
Yeah, well we're a chocolate maker company, and so I know that sounds obvious. And what we actually do is we start with cacao, which is the main ingredient in dark chocolate, and we process that with other ingredients into dark chocolate. We're one of about 100 companies in the U.S. that do that.
Wow, that's a really big deal to have here locally too.
Absolutely, yeah. We're the first local bean-to-bar chocolate maker in Central Arkansas.
Bean to bar,
Yeah.
like farm to table.
Yeah.
Well, tell us a little bit more about the process.
The first one is the farmers. They'll grow the cacao on these trees in equatorial countries, and the cacao looks like this. This is an actual cacao pod, and the farmers, they'll let it ripen on the trees, and they'll cut it off, and they'll cut the pod in half, and they'll take those seeds out, and then they'll ferment them. So they'll ferment them in wooden boxes.
Okay.
Anywhere from 3 to 5 days. The fruit will turn into a liquid and drain out the bottom of the box, and then the leftover seeds, they'll take those and they'll sun dry them. So they'll sun dry them for about 2 weeks, and so it's a really important process. We only buy sun-dried cacao. You can get artificially dried cacao, but the quality is much higher when you do sun-dried.
So what's it look like when you get it?
So let's show you. So this is the cacao, what it looks like when we get it from the different countries.
Okay.
So we'll sort through the cacao just to find any imperfections, but you can find all sorts of things. It's an agricultural product, so we'll find like twigs and leaves. You can even find contraband though. I mean, you can find all sorts of...
Contraband.
Yeah, there's one guy who found a gun in one of his cacao bags. Yeah, and he was like, I think we better throw that away, but...
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like cereal as a kid, when there's a prize inside, you never really know exactly...
Exactly, yeah, you never know what you're gonna get.
So tell me about the importance of roasting cacao.
Without roasting the cacao and trying to make that into chocolate, it's not going to taste like what we know as chocolate.
Okay.
And so we had a machine built for us in Oklahoma, and this machine gives us a lot of controls and ability to change how it will roast the cacao.
Okay.
And it also creates consistency. Cacao has a high fat content, so we don't want to burn that fat.
How long does it take to roast?
It takes about 15 minutes to roast every 12 pounds of cacao.
So you can get a lot roasted in one day.
We sure can, yeah.
And with all the controls, each batch comes out consistent.
Very consistent.
So what's it look like when it comes out?
So these are what the beans look like when they come out of the roaster. There's a shell on the bean here, and if you want to take one, I'll teach you how to take the shells off. It's kind of like deshelling a peanut. You know, you've got the shell, so you're going to just apply a little bit of pressure, and you'll kind of hear a crack, not too much pressure, and then you just kind of roll, roll. So yours,
I exploded.
You're gonna, it's the beans inside.
More tender than that.
Are real brittle. Let's see if I can get mine off. So this is one way to do it. Right. That's actually what it looks like when it comes out of our machine. But this is the bean here without the shell on it, and when you do apply pressure to that, breaks up into what we call cacao nibs. You want to try one?
Yeah.
Try one. Yeah.
Okay.
When you eat a nib, just don't think chocolate. Just kind of think like like a fruity nut and a little bit of like a coffee bean mixed in there.
With chocolate aftertaste.
And a chocolate aftertaste, yeah.
So what happens to the bean after it's been broken down and you have the nibs? What do we do with it then?
So at that point, then we have to grind up the cacao nibs, and we use a stone grinder to do that. It's a very old-fashioned way to make chocolate. They've been doing it that way for probably 400, 500 years. It doesn't overheat the beans, and there's a lot of different ways, but it gives that old-fashioned touch to the chocolate. So we're able to see it, just like, wow, it liquefied.
So it's not ground into a powder like people. I was thinking, well, from the nib it goes to like a cocoa powder, but it doesn't go to a powder. It actually goes right to the
It goes in, yeah, to
liquid chocolate.
liquid. Yeah, and they actually call it cacao liquor, and it doesn't have anything to do with alcohol, unfortunately. But,
Wow, okay, so this is the chocolate fountain I've always wanted in my office.
absolutely, you definitely need to get one of these guys.
Instead of by the water cooler, people are talking about the chocolate fountain.
By the chocolate fountain. I think you would be the most popular real estate company in Arkansas.
For sure. So tell me about this. What's going on? What's it doing?
In theory, it's almost kind of like tempering steel. You've got a steel knife, and if you heat it up, cool it down, heat it up, cool it down, and hammer it a whole bunch, you're creating a much more compact crystal structure in that steel.
Okay.
And so on a very different temperature level and in a lot of different ways, it's
flavor
different.
profile.
Flavor profile, yeah, it's a little tastier than a
yeah.
The fat in chocolate, called cocoa butter, will take on different crystal structures. It's aesthetically pleasing. It's got that nice kind of shiny surface on the chocolate bar, and then when you break into it, it should snap. It should kind of, should have a nice kind of audible snap. Tempering the chocolate does also help make the way it melts in your mouth more amazing. So
You're making my mouth water.
Yeah. Well,
So what do you do with it in this liquid form?
once it's in this form, this is the last stage before we'll wrap it up and sell it.
Okay.
We've got to put it in the chocolate molds, and so we can measure the amount of chocolate that comes out of the nozzle here by pressing a pedal down here. We'll shake it out, and it'll get all of the chocolate real even in the chocolate mold.
Okay.
And then we'll cool it down. It takes about 30 minutes to cool the chocolate down to solid form.
Okay.
And then we'll just dump them out and wrap them up.
Okay, this looks amazing. It smells good.
Yeah. At this point, we wrap them in foil, and then we wrap them in our labels, and we ship them out.
Awesome.
Yeah, I can show you how to wrap a bar if you want.
Yeah, I'd love to wrap a bar.
yeah.
That'd be cool.
Let's wash our hands first.
Okay, we're washed up, ready to go.
Yep.
So
yep.
what's the first step here?
So the first step is just to take a chocolate bar. See, the easiest way to do it is just to put your hand under, pick it up, and then take it by the corners,
Okay.
and then just grab it, and then lay it upside down.
Upside down. All right.
And then you have a foiled chocolate bar.
So you guys hand wrap
All of our bars, yeah.
all your chocolate bars.
But we've got to the point where we can do like a lot very quickly. You get really good at it, and it goes pretty quick.
Look at these two
You
weird.
did a really
I got
good
some
job,
weird
yeah.
corner
Got a
action.
little corner action, but hey, I really like it.
So how did you develop this passion for chocolate?
Yeah,
Where'd that come from?
I Googled how do you make chocolate, and the first thing that came up was like bonbons and truffles, and I was like, no, I want to make actual chocolate. I want to make the ingredient, like a chocolate bar from the grocery store. I just really fell in love with the whole process. I fell in love with trying to perfect something and create something. I love the artisanship and the craftsmanship, and there's so many variables, there's so many things that you can change and manipulate, and I really did want to start a business. Started selling chocolate down at the farmer's market, and people really loved what I was doing. They loved the idea of it, and so I started making chocolate, and then from there we just grew into this space, and we've grown quite a bit.
That's cool.
We're in about 50 different stores, mostly here in Arkansas, and then some in Texas and some other states, and a little bit in Canada as well.
So what's next for you guys?
So the next kind of big thing for us is we've kind of gotten into the coffee market. We haven't really pushed it too much, and we haven't really been promoting it much, but that's something that's really in the works right now, and we're really going to up our coffee
You have a name
game.
for it yet?
So we do, yeah, Redbeard Coffee Roasters.
Nice.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
So you have two of my favorite things in the world, chocolate and coffee.
Oh yeah. Hey, we just try to have fun around here. Yeah.
Let's take a look at some of the items. If somebody comes into your store here, what do they have?
Absolutely. Let's do it. All right, Ray. What caramel do you want? We've got
Okay, this is amazing.
sea salt, bourbon pecan,
Raspberry.
raspberry.
Coffee caramels.
We get local ingredients like our bourbon pecan caramel, Uses Rocktown bourbon, Arkansas pecans. Our coffee caramel, it uses our coffee that we roast here. Our sea salt caramels, we use our Icelandic sea salt, which has always been a really popular combination. And our raspberries, we use fresh raspberries. We'll cook them down, strain the seeds out, add the puree to the caramel. And then we make caramel that we just wrap and bag, and we have them over there. But
Okay.
yeah, dig in. Yeah, I don't know which one you're gonna try.
I'm gonna go. So my favorite chocolate, coffee, love caramel.
Yep,
so
yeah.
Have to go with
All
the
right,
caramel.
go for it. Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. I may have to retake this.
Right. We can do that.
You can really taste the. You can taste the coffee. You can taste the caramel. And you can taste the chocolate. It's really good.
Yeah. Well, thanks for stopping by. Always welcome here.
Cool. And
Yeah.
I may have to try one of these on the way out.
Absolutely. You definitely need to try the bourbon pecan. Yeah.
Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the Home Sweet Arkansas show. Be sure to go to izardchocolate.com, or you can come down to Beechwood and try some of these tasty morsels in person. So thanks for checking it out, and we'll see you next time. Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the show Home Sweet Arkansas. Be sure to go to izardchocolate.com, or you can come on down to Beechwood just south of Kavanaugh and check out some of these amazing goodies. Forgot what I was gonna say.